From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope you had an awesome weekend. We have 3 more days left to go in 2025. For tomorrow morning, patchy freezing fog could come back. It's going to be a cold last little stretch of 2025, turning a little bit milder into the back half of the week, and then shower chances could coincide with that, so the pattern will trend a little bit warmer and a little bit wetter. Okay, the fog this morning is mostly up in the Cascades, also in the foothills of the Kittitas Valley, but elsewhere visibility looking pretty good. And where fog is on the map, it would be of the freezing variety because, well, look at these temperatures this morning. 19 degrees for White Pass, 20 degrees for Ellensburg, 23 degrees for the Tri-Cities. So yes, you will need multiple layers as you are headed out the front door for this morning. Now, the saving grace is that we'll actually have a decent amount of sunshine for today, so that'll make it feel a little bit warmer, but still these highs are going to be stuck in the low to mid 30s for lower elevations, which is about 5 degrees colder than normal for this time of the year. Adding that, speaking of layers, adding another layer of weather into the mix for tomorrow morning. Maybe some additional patchy freezing fogs. We'll talk about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, Washington State Patrol Trooper Tara Marissa Guting remembered for a life of service, kindness, and purpose. Coming up, how family, friends, and fellow troopers honored her life and legacy over the weekend.
Plus, a disturbance report in Kennewick leads to an arrest early Sunday morning. Coming up, what deputies say happened when they arrived at the scene.
And emergency vehicles now warn drivers in real time. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, we're going to break down what this means for first responders and motorists. Coming up right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Dalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Monday, December 29th.
We're in that weird phase between Christmas and New Year's where no one knows what day it is. We do because we just said it, but I'm going to forget it later.
And that's the only way.
Yeah.
I know. Yesterday I was doing things throughout the house, and I thought, wait, when was that? And
What is this?
today?
Who am I?
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Mm-hmm. But here we are. And it was a busy week, and we have a lot to get to.
That's right. And we want to start with a crime alert out of Benton County, where deputies were called out early yesterday morning. And this was after reports of a disturbance involving 2 men in East Kennewick.
Yeah, according to the sheriff's office, call came in around 2:30 near East 23rd Avenue and Oak Street. Deputies searched that area. They found 1 man walking nearby, later determining that he had 2 outstanding warrants for his arrest. Well, investigators say he was initially uncooperative, but deputies were able to use some de-escalation techniques and took him into custody without incident.
Now, during a search, authorities say they found suspected illegal drugs and drug paraphernalia. The man was booked into the Benton County Correction Center on warrants and also additional drug-related charges.
6:03 now, and following up this morning as the Washington State Patrol have identified the second victim who passed away in that head-on crash on Highway 12 just outside of Touchy on Christmas Day. We're now being told that 34-year-old Gustavo Guzman Gomez and his passengers, 27-year-old Nashili Bustamante and a 6-month-old baby boy, all passed away in that crash. Troopers say the family's from Moses Lake, and investigators say the crash happened just after 5:15 on Christmas Day that afternoon, about 4 miles outside of Touchy. Authorities say a 22-year-old driver from Benton City went off the road and hit Guzman Gomez's car head-on.
They did observe tire tracks and some damage to a guardrail on the right side westbound lane of State Route 12, indicating that the vehicle may have struck that barrier before coming back into its lane and then ultimately into the oncoming lane.
That driver from Benton City was also taken to the hospital. An update on his condition has not been released. At this time, troopers say they don't believe that he was under the influence of drugs or alcohol, but the crash is still being investigated.
6:04 in Benton County, Fire District 2 is boosting safety on the roads with Haws Alerts safety cloud technology. The district's emergency vehicles now send digital alerts to nearby drivers, giving them about 30 seconds to slow down and move over. This smart warning system, compatible with apps like Waze and Apple Maps, could help reduce crash risks by up to 90%. Officials say it'll establish a safer environment for crews and surrounding motorists.
6:04, continuing coverage this morning on the Washington State Trooper who was killed earlier this month.
Now, over the weekend, it was an emotional goodbye at the memorial service in Tacoma that was held for Tara Marisa Gooding. Bridget Chavez has the story.
Washington State Trooper Tara Marisa Gooding is remembered as a woman who lived with purpose and loved without reservation.
Tara had a way of making those around her feel seen, welcomed, and most importantly, valued. She would listen with a true sense of care.
Gooding was killed in the line of duty on December 19th, responding to a crash on Highway 509. She was born in Hawaii, loved fishing and being with family. In 2019, she married her husband, Tim, and together they shared their home with 4 pets. Her sister remembered Tara through one of her favorite characters.
Stitch was her favorite, and as you can see here on stage, he truly represents who Tara was. Small but strong, gentle but fierce, loving but unafraid to be a little wild.
Amazing grace.
Before fulfilling her lifelong dream in law enforcement, Tara served 8 years as a signal intelligence analyst in the Army National Guard.
Her why? It was simple but not easy. It was to change the face of law enforcement, turning all the negativity into something positive.
WSP troopers stood shoulder to shoulder, remembering a colleague and friend they say brought light into every room.
In my 30 years, I cannot think of somebody that was more upbeat and with such a good attitude as Tara had. I mean, her attitude was infectious and it just spread like wildfire.
Her kindness, respect, and gentle spirit were a constant, never wavering no matter the circumstance.
Her life ended, but her legacy lives on.
Tara, well, today our hearts ache with your absence. We know you did. We know you did not leave us behind. You remain bound to us by a love that does not end, walking with us just beyond our sight until the day we are able to be together again. We love you.
And on Saturday, Governor Bob Ferguson ordered all flags to be lowered in honor of the fallen trooper.
Also, in a quick update, the second vehicle believed to be involved in that deadly hit and run has been impounded, but investigators say that the driver still remains at large. Anyone with information is urged to contact Tacoma Police. Of course, we'll continue to bring you the very latest as the story develops.
And keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the new year is set to bring big changes to the Pacific Northwest. Everything from changes to paid leave and minimum wage to DUI laws, taxes, and rent protections. What you need to know before those new laws start is coming up after the break.
And giving you a live look outside this morning, this one from our Central Washington outdoor camera at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will break down your first alert forecast coming up after the break.
Walker's Furniture must sell all 2025 inventory immediately. And this New Year's, get big store-wide discounts up to 70% off or zero interest until 2031. This New Year's Eve through Monday at Walker's.
Prosser's most colorful adventure is at Splat-It. Throw paint, get messy, and have a blast. For kids, adults, parties, and nights out, Splat-It has it all. Book now at splatitnw.com.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friend.
So happy together.
And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Red Tag. Well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on this Silverado with over $7,900 total value. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
Okay, bye.
I met a cute poodle outside.
Oh, really?
She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free. That can't be true.
Sure it is. When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free.
Free?
Yeah. You don't pay us a penny unless we win for you.
That's doggone crazy.
Hello? Yeah, sure. That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
From our family at Scott Smith State Farm, serving the Tri-Cities for over 15 years with our 2 locations in Kennewick and 1 in Yakima. We wish you joy, peace, and prosperity this holiday season. Merry Christmas from all of us at Scott Smith State Farm.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
Walker's Furniture must sell all 2025 inventory immediately with mattress discounts up to $700 off and big store-wide savings up to 70% off or 0 interest until 2031. This New Year's Eve through Monday at Walker's.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Current road conditions not looking nearly as bad as they did for many of the mornings we were tracking last week. Now, we are seeing some snowy conditions down in the Blues, especially for Oregon 204. So first we'll talk about I-84 at Cabbage Hill. Yes, there are some spots of ice. Traction tires are advised. And then for Oregon 204 at Tollgate, compact snow, traction tires are advised. So play it very safe down that way, especially for Oregon 204. All right, let's take you back down to lower elevations. Freezing fog, not really that big of a concern for this morning. It's mainly up in the Cascades, but as we head into the next couple of mornings, it could become a much bigger concern for lower elevations, and it's because of this. High pressure just going to be situated over the Pacific Northwest for the next few days, and so when that happens around this time of the year, cold air tends to drain down from the mountains into the valleys, into the basin, and into the foothills. So what's that going to look like in practice? Well, for tonight, after midnight, could see some fog developing in the Kittitas Valley, and then for tomorrow, looks like the best chances for fog are going to be in the Kittitas Valley and in the Walla Walla Valley, but for points in between, could also see some of that patchy freezing fog. The best time frame is going to be from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. So you'll have to take it slow on the roadways because visibility will be bad and also because the roadways could be a little bit slick. Okay, towards the end of the week, rain chances going up, could have some mountain snow as well. We'll talk about all that coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 12 minutes after 6. And looking to state news now, as the new year approaches, some major law changes are set to take effect across Oregon and Washington.
Everything from paychecks and workplace protections to DUI laws and rent rules. Here's a look at some of the most impactful laws going into effect in the new year.
Starting in the Evergreen State, workers will see expanded paid family and medical leave protections. Beginning January 1, employers with as few as 25 employees must guarantee job protection for workers returning from leave. Washington is also making a major change to DUI laws. The state is extending the look-back period for prior DUI convictions from 10 years to 15. That means older DUI cases can now count toward felony charges and sentencing. All nicotine products, including vapes, will be taxed at 95% of the selling price, significantly raising costs. There's also a new plastic bag fee, the new price, 12 cents, up from 8. And paychecks will look different too. Washington is set to have the highest state minimum wage in the country in 2026, with hourly pay rising above $17 an hour due to inflation adjustments. I hit the streets of downtown Kennewick to see what people had to say about some of the changes.
What about minimum wage going up? What is your thought on that?
You know, I think that's good, and yet, you know, is it really enough? I mean, the reality is that once again, they give us a little bit here, and then they give the chips here and chips there. And then we look at it, and then we figure, and it comes out like before. We're still not getting what we really need.
Yeah, that's mostly, I think, what we're making, so.
Yeah, definitely contributes to the economy rising.
Meanwhile, in the Beaver State, new workplace transparency rules go into effect. Employers will be required to provide clear pay statements for new hires, including detailed breakdowns of wages, deductions, and benefits. Oregon is also expanding unemployment benefits for workers who go on strike. Beginning in 2026, eligible workers could receive up to 10 weeks of unemployment pay during a labor strike. Renters will see changes as well. New housing laws in Oregon will place limits on rent increases in mobile home parks and marinas, aimed at providing more stability for tenants. So, a new year comes new laws. But for Raymond Tong, he has this message going into 2026.
We need to band those Americans and stand up and say, look, here's where it's at. You know, we matter. Too. That's what matters. We matter too.
One more change in Oregon is House Bill 3522, which allows landlords to use the forcible entry and detainer process for evicting squatters.
So most of these laws will take effect in just a couple of days on January 1st of 2026. So state officials encourage everyone, people and businesses alike, to review the changes now so there are no surprises when the new year arrives.
And keep it here, because coming up next, Josh Colbert is back with how your weather is looking. He's got the details coming up in that full First Alert weather forecast, talking all these chilly temperatures, a little too cold for my taste.
Brr. Get your gloves.
He'll have those details right after the break.
I've got 2 words for you. Jack Pack. All my faves for just $6 with your choice between 2 delicious sandwiches. My work here is done. Get my $6 Jack Pack or my munchies under $4.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric wants you to stay warm now and pay later. Upgrade your HVAC system today and take advantage of $2,000 in federal tax credits. That's right. When you combine your $2,000 federal tax credit, exclusive Daikin savings, and local utility rebates, you could get up to $5,750 in total savings. Don't miss out. These federal tax credits expire soon. This winter, don't leave it to chance. Call Vance. Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist, Dr. Tegan Goodell, is now caring for patients in Prosser and Walla Walla. Dr. Goodell provides advanced care in orthopedic surgery and sports medicine injuries, including surgery of the shoulder, elbow, knee, and ankle. Get back to doing what you love. Call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
From Royal Ranch to Legends, every cut of beef we serve begins right here in Washington, on a family farm committed to caring for the land and the people it feeds. Born, raised, and harvested with integrity. Royal Ranch beef is all natural and pasture-raised. Enjoy flame-broiled steaks and succulent prime rib, hand prepared by our trained culinary professionals. Proudly served at Legends Casino Hotel, where local flavor meets legendary taste.
You know you want a burger, so make it my Smash Jack. Rated the best burger in fast food. It's even got more beef than a Big Mac. Chin up, Ronald. Maybe you'll get a participation trophy. My Smash Jack combos are still on top.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
When weather is the big story.
An atmospheric river has swollen rivers and streams.
Turn to Apple Valley News Now.
We have live team coverage.
We are on a first alert weather day. Flood warning remains in place for the Yakima River.
The river is continuing to rise.
And all with just one goal, to keep you and your family safe.
Highway 12 near Natchez is no longer passable.
Big story coverage.
Several rescues are also taking place.
Only one station, Apple Valley News Now, on your side. A special place on the scenic Clark Fork River. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be a cold into 2025. Now, not that much colder than normal for this time of the year, a little bit below average. For example, for today, it will be about 5 degrees colder than normal for this time of the year. What does that mean? well, we'll end up in the 20s and 30s. 28 for Tollgate, 35 for the Tri-Cities, 35 for Yakima, and 31 degrees in Ellensburg. And for tonight, this is when we get the real cold stuff. Now, if there's any good news, at least we're not going to slip down into the teens, at least we think, but we'll be pretty close to that for Ellensburg and Yakima, 20 degrees in both those locations, 22 for the Tri-Cities, 22 for Walla Walla as well. Okay, and then over the next 7 days, well, over the next 4 days, we'll keep high temperatures in that same territory. Mid-30s in the Tri-Cities, about 5 degrees colder than normal, but then the pivot by Friday and then warming up some more for Saturday and Sunday. So by Sunday, we'll end up being about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, up around 50 degrees in the Tri-Cities. Okay, and then the low temperature is going to stay in the low 20s in the basin through Wednesday night, back into the mid-20s by Thursday night, and then up around freezing for the nights of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So a little bit of relief on the way in that category, but the temperatures are going up as the rain chances go up. So in the lower Columbia Basin, we'll have about 10 to 20% chances for rainfall for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Could see some snow mixing in for some of these days. Accumulations do not look like they'll be very substantial at all. And then in the Yakima Valley, I'm keeping the forecast dry for Thursday, but 20% rain chances for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And again, maybe we could see some flurries mixing in for some of these days, but the accumulation is going to be nothing to write home about because there's just not going to be that much moisture at all for the storm system to work with. These rainfall totals are not that impressive. And then the snowfall totals from 4 a.m. on Friday to 4 a.m. next Monday, maybe some nuisance snowfall totals for passes. But this is still, this is still early in the game. We'll see how the forecast evolves throughout the rest of the week. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Cold and dry through Wednesday, then perhaps a flurry or two for New Year's Day. And Yakima, keeping the forecast dry through Thursday, maybe a wintry mix possible Saturday and Sunday. And then for Ellensburg, watching the possibility for freezing fog tomorrow morning. We'll see if that extends beyond. And then for Hermiston, the pattern turns wetter and warmer into the weekend. And finally, for Walla Walla, also seeing that pattern flip towards the end of the week, maybe some snow mixing in by Saturday.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, from holiday cheer to the courtroom, we've got your entertainment headlines as a famous comedian is now facing new charges this morning, and we'll take you inside the courtroom.
Plus, Santa is taking a sunny vacation in Hawaii. We'll catch some waves with him and his helpers. It's all coming up in your entertainment headlines after the break.
Walker's Furniture must sell all 2025 inventory immediately. So, this New Year's, for 26 hours only, get big store-wide discounts up to 70% off. Or leave your credit cards at home and take advantage of zero money down, no minimum purchase, and zero interest until 2031. Furnish every room of the house for less this New Year's Eve through Monday at Walker's.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Merry Christmas to you and yours from Daikin, everyone at Bruce Heating and Air. We're proud to be in your community. We wish you a safe holiday and all the best in the new year.
Every day is a balancing act. With work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU, a credit union that puts members' financial success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tri-Cities.
The holiday season is in full swing at Shelby's Floral. Shelby's invites you to celebrate the joys of Christmas. Step into a wondrous world filled with the magic of the holiday season. Discover beautiful holiday decor, seasonal centerpieces, and gifts that capture the spirit of giving. Let Shelby's inspire you with a beautiful custom arrangement to complement your seasonal style. At Shelby's, we can bring your home to life with the joys of Christmas. Celebrating 50 years of holiday giving. Come visit Shelby's Floral on Clearwater in Kennewick.
Since 1947, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 112, has proudly trained skilled electricians through our apprenticeship program. Serving communities across Southeast Washington and Northeast Oregon, we've powered residential, commercial, and industrial projects with dedication and expertise. From today's energy demands, data centers, solar and wind farms, Local 112 electricians deliver safe, reliable solutions. Local 112, building a brighter future.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, Russell Brand is now facing more charges of sexual assault, including rape.
The 50-year-old comedic actor and YouTube host was already facing 5 counts in Britain for allegations between 1999 and 2005, and he has pleaded not guilty to those charges back in May.
The Times reports the 2 new counts are related to incidents with 2 women in 2009. That brings Brand's sexual assault and rape charges to 7. He's scheduled to appear in court in London on January 20th.
And sad news out of Hollywood as fans of The Cure are mourning the death of Perry Bamonte, the guitarist and keyboardist.
The band made the announcement just Friday, saying that he passed away over Christmas after struggling with a short illness at home. Bamonte was a roadie and guitar tech for The Cure before becoming a full-time member in 1990.
Fellow band members called him intuitive, hugely creative, and a vital part of The Cure's story. Bamonte was 65 years old.
And check this out now that Christmas is over, Santa is taking a much needed break in Hanging 10 at Waikiki Beach in Honolulu.
Take a look, you can see Santa, some of his helpers. This is actually a Christmas Eve tradition for families and visitors who line the beach to take pictures and greet the children.
And since it is Hawaii, Santa was in shorts and beach shoes. He deserves a little vacation
Well, naturally,
as well.
yeah. The man is a hard worker.
Yeah.
You know?
He deserves a break.
Heck yeah.
We deserve a break. We all deserve a break.
Everyone deserves a little break. Yeah, exactly. All right, 6:26 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Christmas, again, it might be over, but your tree probably still needs somewhere to go, and you could take it somewhere to help families in need. Coming up, how a local tree recycling event is making a difference for families with serious illnesses or disabilities. That's all coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
Like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house. Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
Want your home or business to remain clean? Here to meet all your janitorial needs, R&S Janitorial Services. They have serviced the Valley for over 20 years, specialized in cleaning all offices and businesses to warehouses, commercial buildings, and more. R&S keeps the inside of your business or workplace clean and professional at all times. You keep doing what you do best and let R&S do the rest. Call R&S Janitorial Services at 509-840-7100 today.
Depression and anxiety can feel like a heavy, suffocating weight pulling you down. But there is hope. Neurostim TMS can help you regain your life. No medications, no drug-related side effects, just a proven solution covered by insurance. Our FDA-approved, non-invasive transcranial magnetic stimulation therapy targets the source of your symptoms. Neurostim works when medications fail and is the Northwest's leader in TMS, with over 250,000 successful treatments delivered.
I'd say going through TMS therapy really hit me with a sense of relief. I didn't know that I could feel this good again. I can actually find this, joy and peace in things again, and it's been incredible.
It was as though I was out of this darkness. Literally, when I feel 100% better, I feel like I'm myself.
There is hope for stubborn depression and anxiety. Call today for a free consultation.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice, We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
Ring in the new year with First Night Tri-Cities at Giza Carousel of Dreams presented by Seattle Children's Hospital. Join us December 31st from 4 to 9 p.m. for true family fun. Starting with unlimited carousel rides, bounce houses, interactive activities, and live performances. Tons of fun for everyone and spectacular fireworks. Make memories this new year with First Night Tri-Cities. Visit firstnighttricities.com or scan the QR code now. Purchase your tickets today to speed up entry at the door.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
It's like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house. Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
A special place on the scenic Clark Fork River. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Chilly out there.
It is. It is chilly.
I was kind of getting a little sleepy. I think I just need to walk outside and it'll wake me up.
I was going to say, real quick,
Oh.
She's running in this morning. We walked in together. And she has this little cold shuffle. She's going, I didn't wear enough clothes for this.
It is so cool. I wasn't expecting it. I don't know. I've heard you all last week, so I should expect it, but...
You should have.
I know, but sometimes...
I was talking about it.
I know. And we listen. We do. We promise.
Yes.
But sometimes we don't realize.
But sometimes we don't.
Sometimes it's early and context is obliterated.
Yeah. We go, oh, yeah, that sounds cold.
And that kind of cold will hit you.
And when
Right to the bone.
When it gets too cold in the mornings, my body angle changes by about 45 degrees when I'm, gotta generate the warmth.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. And to add insult to injury, it could be foggy tomorrow morning in addition to it being cold. And yes, it will be cold. The highs are going to be in the mid-30s through Thursday, which is about 5 degrees colder than normal for this time of the year, but we will trend a little bit milder by the time we get to Friday and beyond. And that is going to coincide with rain chances picking up as well for January 1st and beyond that. So the trend for the back half of the week into the weekend will be milder and it will be wetter as well. Okay, let's take a deeper dive into the possibility for freezing fog for tomorrow morning. So first of all, for this morning, we are seeing some fog for the foothills of the Kittitas Valley and then up into the Cascades. But for the rest of us, good visibility. But this high pressure is just kind of hanging out over the Pacific Northwest right now. So when that happens during this time of the year, the cold air from the mountains has a tendency to drain down into the valleys, the basin, and the foothills. So what does that mean? Well, for tonight, could have some freezing fog in the Kittitas Valley after midnight. And then for tomorrow, model consensus is saying that the most favorable locations for freezing fog are going to be in the Walla Walla Valley and the Kittitas Valley, but for points in between, can't rule out some patchy areas of freezing fog as well. Okay, like I mentioned, trending warmer later in the week, trending a little bit wetter as well. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. 6:33, and we begin this half hour of news and local living. If you're in the Yakima area and you're looking to get rid of that Christmas tree, Camp Primetime's annual tree recycling event has you covered.
Apple Valley News Now's Natalie Keller tells us more about the event and also the cause it supports.
This is the sign people will see as they're driving past Pape machinery this week. It'll lead drivers to Camp Primetime's 36th annual tree recycling event. People can drive up, make a donation, and have their tree disposed of. Camp Operations Director Kevin Holmes says all funds will support Camp Primetime, which is designed for families with a member who lives with a serious illness or disability.
And that allows a comfortable setting for those families to experience a camping experience in a wilderness setting. And again, it's at no cost to them.
Volunteer coordinator Patty Betts says the event raises upward of $14,000 per year with the help of 50 to 60 volunteers.
Volunteering is something that it's just good for the soul and it's good for the community. It's good to pay it forward. It's good to give back.
They may have only collected 4 trees so far, but Betts tells me that by the time this fundraiser ends, this pile is going to be taller than me and extend all the way along this fence right behind me. Holmes says he appreciates people chipping in for the camp's cause.
I'm terribly thankful, especially as one of the staff there at Camp Primetime. I mean, the impact that we're making up there isn't really something that we can quantify in terms of a monetary value and stuff.
From Yakima, Natalie Keller, Apple Valley News Now.
So this all started over the weekend, and it will run until July 4th.
Some of us still have our Christmas tree up then. Not me.
At that point, you should just leave it up all year and decorate it per holiday.
Yeah, there we go. And this event runs from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. until January 4th.
January 4th.
Not July. All right, keep it here because coming up next, from social media to well-meaning friends, diet trends can spread fast, but some of the most popular weight loss advice just isn't true. We'll break down common diet myths and what actually matters when it comes to losing weight and staying healthy. It's all coming up in your health headlines after the break.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Grace first walked through these doors simply looking for a way to stay active and useful.
I came here and asked if I could volunteer, and they said sure. So I started, and I didn't know where to quit.
You are our Volunteers Count winner. You just won $1,000.
The age of 92 and still coming is just so inspirational. And I always tell her, I'm like, you're my goal.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Good sleep is essential to life, health, and happiness. And all good sleep starts with the right mattress. With Doctor's Choice from Denver Mattress, you'll find the perfect combination of body cradling comfort and reactive support. And with 10 levels of comfort to choose from, I put my trust in Consumer Reports' recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Patients ask me how I treat my own back issues, and I suggest they turn to Doctor's Choice at Denver Mattress.
It's what I did and continue to do to maintain my active lifestyle.
Stay warm now and pay later. Upgrade your HVAC system today and take advantage of $2,000 in federal tax credits. That's right, you could get up to $5,750 in total savings. This winter, don't leave it to chance. Call Vance. Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric.
Celebrate Happy Honda Days at McCurley Honda. Right now, enjoy financing as low as 3.99% on a wide selection of new Honda models, from sporty Civics to spacious CR-Vs. Explore our lineup and find the Honda that fits your life perfectly. With our friendly team ready to guide you, great deals, and no-pressure service, there's never been a better time to drive home the Honda you've been dreaming of. McCurley Honda, your way home.
Look, if you're getting older like I am, you're probably beginning to realize that sooner or later you're going to need some medical care. And sometimes the best place to get that care is in your own home. It just is. So if that's your situation, I suggest you call Chinook Home Health Care. There should be a number on your screen here to refer to. You give them a call. They are the people who will take care of you.
All across America.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
And right here in the Northwest. Wherever we are, it feels like home.
Man, it's good to be home.
Good morning, Northwest and GMA. The #1 way to start your day.
Good morning, Northwest.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Current road conditions not looking nearly as bad or as widespread as some of the mornings we were tracking just last week, but we are seeing some impacts down in the blues. Here's what the folks at ODOT are saying. We start off with I-84 Cabbage Hill, spots of ice, traction tires are advised. And then for Oregon 204 at Tollgate, there's compact snow and traction tires are advised. Look at that. I would not want to be driving over that right now. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at current temperatures, a zone by zone tour. It's 18 degrees right now in Cle Elum. We're just hanging on to the very low 20s in Ellensburg. And then for the Yakima Valley, mid to upper 20s, 24 degrees in Yakima proper. For the Tri-Cities, 23 degrees, 24 for Prosser, 30 degrees for Connell. And then for the Blue Foothills, looks like all of us are in the mid 20s, 25 for Walla Walla, 25 for Pendleton, and we're up into the 20s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains as well. Let's take it back to the Tri-Cities. Your coatcast for this Monday. This is an easy forecast. It's going to be heavy jacket weather all throughout the day, so I have a hard time making it out of the mid-30s. Now, the saving grace for today's forecast is that we'll actually have a decent amount of sunshine, especially for the basin, and a little bit less so for the Blue Foothills. But as we head later into the week, temperatures going up. That's the good news. And then depending on what you're doing outside, could be good news or bad news, that rain chances are also going up. So we'll talk about this coming up in a few minutes.
6:40 now, and it's a question a lot of us probably ask every day. It's the dreaded, what should we have for dinner?
Hate that question.
Oof.
And if you're trying to reach health goals, it may be harder to find an answer to that question. And experts say wrong food choices are made every day because of certain misconceptions.
So in today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has 5 food myths to leave behind as we move into 2026.
From social media to well-meaning friends, food trends can spread like fire, and they're not always true.
As anyone who's tried any food trend, it's not a one-size-fits-all.
Registered dietitian Julia Zampano with Cleveland Clinic says the first common myth, to lose weight, you have to give up all your favorite foods.
Maybe you have it a little less often at a smaller portion, but I think all foods can fit into a plan.
Next, avoid grain products when trying to lose weight. That's false. Zampano says it's a matter of how much of those you're eating, what you're pairing them with, and how you prepare them.
It's most important just to choose whole grains and a very balanced diet.
Third, going gluten-free is healthier. Zampano says if you have gluten sensitivity, yes, avoid gluten. But she says that doesn't equal weight loss.
Gluten-free products are pretty much the same product like bread, but just made with a flour that doesn't have that protein in it.
Fourth, avoid all fats to lose weight. Again, false. Zampano says fat is essential to our bodies, but she says to limit the intake and focus on eating healthy fats. Finally, going vegetarian helps you lose weight and be healthier. That's a myth. While plant-based diets are healthy, simply avoiding meat doesn't necessarily equate to healthier outcomes.
You may not be meeting your protein needs, your calcium needs, or other nutrient needs. Make sure you get all your nutrient needs by the food choices you're making.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And one more myth that experts say they often hear is that dairy products are fattening and unhealthy. However, that is false because it's an important food group providing needed nutrients.
But just like everything else, they suggest to keep portions of dairy products controlled. If you can't have or tolerate dairy products, you can choose alternatives. Just balance.
Yes,
everything.
Moderation is key.
Yeah.
All right, keep it here because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all on the other side of the break.
With all the excitement of the holiday season, getting into an auto accident is something you can do without. So remember to buckle up, drive safely, no texting, and please don't drink and drive. This holiday message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
Look and feel your best this holiday season with special pricing on Botox and fillers at Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City. Smooth, fine lines, add natural-looking volume, and step into every celebration with confidence. We also offer a full range of dermatology services and products to keep your skin healthy year-round. To schedule your appointment, call 509-588-4555. or learn more at prosserhealth.org. Happy holidays.
The Kia Season of New Tradition sales event is going on now at Overturf Kia. Get an additional rebate when you purchase any new 2025 Nero, Seltos, Sorento, Sportage, or select Tellurides in stock, including hybrid and PHEV models. Get a 2025 Telluride EX X-Line all-wheel drive for just $46,617 and 0.9% for 60 months. Overturf Kia, Highway I-182 and Road 100 exit on St. Thomas Drive, Pasco.
Ellensburg is a great place to visit all year long, with awesome scenery, amazing restaurants, and unique places to shop. Let's talk with some local businesses. This is Ellensburg.
Hi, I'm Megan West, owner of Claim Clothing in downtown Ellensburg. Claim Clothing is a store located in our downtown core of Ellensburg, Washington. There is something happening all year long in Ellensburg.
Ellensburg is awesome. We have a great community. We've got a school, a university, and you've got a huge community of locals and outdoor enthusiasts that all, mingle together, so we get to serve all of them. Even if you're not looking for something, people will come in here, and sometimes they'll leave with something you didn't think you needed.
So yeah, you can just come in and grab something small, or you can come in and get that really beautiful statement piece for yourself or someone who's important to you.
So if you're a cool person looking to do some cool things, check out Mountain High Sports and start planning your trip now at myellensburg.com.
You didn't start your business to deal with banking headaches or get lost in automated systems that don't understand your unique needs. At Bank CDA, we help commercial and small business owners secure the funding they need to grow with a local bank that actually listens. We've helped numerous businesses in the Inland Northwest secure funding that aligned with their unique goals, from new equipment purchases to complete business expansions. Don't let banking slow down your growth. Apply today for a commercial or small business loan from Bank CDA.
With all the excitement of the holiday season, getting into an auto accident is something you can do without. So remember to buckle up, drive safely, no texting, and please don't drink and drive. This holiday message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be a cold end to 2025. Now, nothing too out of the ordinary. It will be a little bit colder than normal for this time of the year by about 5 degrees. What does that mean? Well, for today, yes, these are the highs, not the lows. It's going to be 31 for Ellensburg, 35 for the Tri-Cities, 34 for Walla Walla, and we'll even have some places that'll struggle to make it out of the 20s. That would mainly be for the highest terrain in the Blue Mountains. And then for tonight, here's the real cold stuff. 20s for Ellensburg and Yakima. When I say 20s, I mean like right at 20 degrees, 22 degrees for the Tri-Cities, 22 for Walla Walla. Hey, the good news is that it looks like none of us will slip down into the teens, although we'll cut it very close in Ellensburg and Yakima, given, again, we'll be right at 20 degrees. Okay, high temperatures going to stay in this territory over the next 4 days. When the Yakima Valley will end up being in the mid-30s through Thursday. That's going to continue to be about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Back up to seasonal stuff by Friday, and then just barely above average by Saturday and Sunday. So that means we'll shift from the mid-30s to the mid-40s. Okay, and then those overnight lows going to be hovering right around 20 degrees. It looks like for tomorrow night we actually could slip down into the teens, but mid-20s by Thursday night, and then up around 30 degrees for the nights of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the temperatures going up is no coincidence. That's going to coincide with rain chances going up. So here's what that's going to look like in the Tri-Cities. About 10 to 20% rain chances from Thursday through Sunday. Yes, some of these days we could see a few flakes mixing in. I'm not anticipating any significant accumulations. And the same thing for the Yakima Valley. I'm actually keeping the Yakima Valley dry for January 1st, but then for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, about 20% shower chances. Okay, the rainfall totals, at least the preliminary rainfall totals for now, not looking that impressive at all for lower elevations. And then the snowfall totals from 4 a.m. on Friday to 4 a.m. next Monday. For now, it looks like nuisance snowfall totals for our passes, but we'll see how this forecast evolves throughout the rest of the week. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Cold and dry through Wednesday, then perhaps a flurry or two for New Year's Day. And Yakima keeping the forecast dry through Thursday, then maybe a wintry mix possible Saturday and Sunday. For Ellensburg, watching the possibility for freezing fog tomorrow morning. We'll see if that extends beyond. And for Hermiston, the pattern turns wetter and warmer into the weekend. And finally, for Walla Walla, also seeing that pattern flip towards the end of the week and maybe some snow mixing in by Saturday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the FBI joining the hunt for missing 19-year-old college student Camila Mendoza Olmos. She was last seen here on the surveillance camera Christmas Eve near her car outside her house near San Antonio. Police say she was rummaging through her car wearing pajama shorts, a hoodie, and running shoes. Moments later, the footage ends. 2 hours later, her mother realized she was missing and called police.
We do believe that she's still in imminent danger.
Her family and friends joining in on the search efforts. The community hosting prayers, all hoping Camila comes home safe.
We're all just hoping that God, is just keeping her safe and that all is well.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we hear from the police department about the latest in the search and how the community is stepping up. With your GMA First Look, I'm Faith Abube, ABC News.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be. If you still have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Cobenfy, a twice-daily pill for the treatment of schizophrenia. Cobenfy is not an antipsychotic. It's a different kind of treatment. Cobenfy showed overall improvement across a range of schizophrenia symptoms. And in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take if allergic to Cobenfy, have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach, certain liver problems, or untreated narrow-angle glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow-angle glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know how Cobenfy affects you. Seek help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips, mouth, tongue, or throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
Imagine what could be Cobenfy.
Imagine what could be Cobenfy.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:51. It's time for your morning sprint. We start with your national headlines. President Donald Trump is set to hold talks today with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The meeting will take place in Florida at the president's Mar-a-Lago estate. The two men are expected to talk about implementing phase 2 of the peace agreement the United States helped to broker between Israel and Hamas. Netanyahu is expected to demand that Hamas disarm before Israeli troops further withdraw from Gaza. The two leaders are also expected to address Iran and whether another strike is needed to disable Tehran's ballistic missile program. This will be the 5th time the two men have met this year.
And in your business headlines this morning at 6:52, a plan by the struggling U.S. Postal Service to raise cash could cost the agency its biggest customer, Amazon. USPS has a partnership with the online retail giant to deliver some orders to Amazon customers. The contract reportedly brings in about $6 billion a year, which the agency can't afford to lose. But now the post office plans to accept bids from other shippers for access to the service's distribution centers. And that's surprising news to Amazon. An Amazon spokesman says the uncertainty might push the company to stop using USPS as much, and that Amazon is evaluating all its options. Time now to take a look at the top 5 local things you need to know this morning, starting in Benton County, where deputies responded to the reports of a disturbance involving 2 men early Sunday morning. It was in East Kennewick. Call came in around 2:30 near East 23rd Avenue and Oak Street. Deputies got there, searched the location, found a man walking nearby, and authorities say they found out then he had 2 outstanding warrants and he was arrested. Initially uncooperative, deputies were able to use some de-escalation techniques to take him into custody without incident. During that search, though, investigators say they found some suspected illegal drugs and drug paraphernalia. The man's been booked into Benton County Correction Center on those outstanding warrants and the additional drug-related charges.
Washington State Patrol has identified the second victim in the deadly crash on Highway 12 near Touchy on Christmas Day. 34-year-old Gustavo Guzman Gomez and his passengers, 27-year-old Nashli Bustamante and a 6-month-old baby boy, were all killed in that crash. Investigators say a 22-year-old driver went off the road and struck their car head-on just after 5:15 p.m. That driver was taken to the hospital. Still no update on their condition. WSP says alcohol is not believed to be a factor, and the crash is still under investigation.
Now, Washington State Trooper Tara Marissa Guting is being remembered as a woman who lived with purpose and served with compassion. Guting was killed in the line of duty on December 19th while responding to a crash on Highway 509. Born in Hawaii, she loved fishing, family, and animals. Before joining the State Patrol, she served 8 years in the Army National Guard. Family members and fellow troopers say her positivity, kindness, and commitment to changing the face of law enforcement left a lasting impact, one they say will never be forgotten.
Benton County Fire Protection District 2 is rolling out new safety technology designed to protect emergency crews and drivers. The district's vehicles are now equipped with Haas Alerts safety cloud system. This sends digital alerts to nearby drivers through apps like Waze and Apple Maps, giving them about 30 seconds to slow down and move over. Officials say the system could reduce crash risks by as much as 90%.
And drivers passing Pavi Machinery this week in Yakima may notice some signs for Camp Primetime's annual tree recycling event. Fundraiser allows people to drop off their Christmas trees, make a donation, and support Camp Primetime. It's an organization that provides free camping experiences for families living with serious illness or disabilities. Organizers say the event raises up to $14,000 each year. It is going now through January 4th.
Trending now this morning, a zoo in Tacoma is celebrating 2 new otters.
They're so cute. Take a look. A new Asian small-clawed otter was born to first-time parents at Point Defiant Zoo last month. The zoo says the pup is most likely male and developing well, and the otter has not yet been named.
The zoo also recently welcomed a male of the same species named Yuki. He was brought there as part of a breeding program and paired with a female at the zoo. The pair have been getting along well so far.
Aw, and the zoo notes that Asian small-clawed otters are the smallest of the world's 13 otter species. They're native to southern India, China, Southeast Asia, Indonesia, and the Philippines.
Hey, buddy.
So cute. Oh, my goodness.
That is cute. He's so furry. It looks so soft.
Yeah,
he's so tiny.
He's a little baby.
A small baby otter up close, and now I really want to.
I thought you were going to say, now I really want one.
I do want one, but I can't have one.
No.
You know, laws and stuff.
No, I don't think I don't think you could just keep it in your bathtub.
No, it wouldn't.
No,
not the right place.
Not the right place.
If I had a pool, maybe.
Your heart's in a
Oh,
They live rent-free in my heart.
If you had a pool, then definitely
Maybe.
it would be legal, I'm sure. Goodness gracious. All right, get us out the door. It is chilly. Jessica forgot her gloves.
Yes, tomorrow morning, the glove cast says 2.
I need like layers on layers of everything.
Yes.
That's how cold it is.
All the mittens.
Or I'll do my cold shuffle. I'll still do that.
You're going to do your cold shuffle in.
A little kinetic energy, build up some heat.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead. First, let's talk about the fog. It really hasn't developed this morning, which is what we're expecting, but it is up in the Cascades. But I bring this up to say it could come back for tomorrow morning. So picture temperatures this cold in addition to the fog. So right now we're at 21 in Ellensburg. We're at 26 for the Tri-Cities, 23 degrees for Pendleton. So yes, you will need all the layers. The saving grace for today's forecast, we have a decent amount of sunshine. So if you're standing in the sunshine, it'll feel a little bit warmer, but otherwise the air temperature is going to be stuck in the low to mid 30s for lower elevations. Could have that freezing fog for tomorrow morning, and then temperatures later in the week going up, and so will rain chances.
I like the sound of that. Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalley.newsnow.com.
Good Morning America's up next. We're back tonight with your local news and weather.
Have a great day.